All right, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing his truth and faith and sincerity. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash, Barak Thumb to all you sincere listeners who may tune into this. All right. This is the brother Itazakai coming back at you with another listen through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. All praises and honor due, and I want to entitle this lesson, Where's Your Heart At? Meaning, of course, we know that word heart in Hebrew is la'ab, which is your mind, so where's your mind at? Uh, is your mind on, is your mind on Yahweh Shem outside, fulfilling his ways, is your mind on the scriptures, is your mind on being a better man for your brothers, is your mind filtered around uh, the ministry, man, so Lord willing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shad is edifying. I'm gonna start here in Matthew 15. It's Matthew chapter 15 and verse 8. It says, "This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me." Yeah, and that's how we don't want to be. We don't want to just honor Yahweh Shem Shai with our lips, and our mouth, draw nigh unto him with our mouths, but our mind be far away from him. We read these scripts, we go into prophecy, we break down these scripts, we hit the highways and the byways, okay, but we're not actually having our mind stayed upon Yahweh Shem Shai. We don't want that, because that's how you get your ass destroyed. Well, matter of fact, let's read up one more. This Matthew 15 and 7. It says, "Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah's prophecy of you saying." Yeah, so Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, because this is in the red, he called the wicked scribes and Pharisees hypocrites, man, which let's see what's gonna happen to hypocrites. This Job chapter 15, verse 35. "For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery." Yeah, so it say for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, man. So if you're being hypocritical out here, you're gonna be left in desolation, man. You're gonna be left in desolation. Let's go back to Matthew 15 and 7. It says, "Yea, hypocrites, well did Isaiah's prophecy of you saying, this people draweth nigh, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me." Yeah, we don't want to be like that, man. We don't want to be like that. We don't want to be hypocritical, man. All right, why? Because we just read in Job the 15th chapter how the congregation of hypocrites are going to be left desolate, man. So we don't want to be left desolate, because we know that Babylon the Great is going to be a complete desolation. We know that the wicked are going to be a complete desolation. So we don't want to get caught up in that, So we have to make sure that our heart is nigh unto Yahweh Shem Shai, not let our lips honor him, and draw nigh unto him with our mouths, but instead, let him, filter and penetrate our minds, man, And how do we do that? By staying engulfed in these scriptures and making sure we're living by these scriptures to the best of our abilities, Let's go here to First John. It's First John chapter 3 and verse 18. "My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth." Yeah, let us love in deed and in truth, man. So we can't just be like out here, "Oh, Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash," but we not living according to the way that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai would want us to be living, man. We have to love by our actions, man. And love is actually an action word, man. If we love Yahweh Shem Shai, we have to be following the commandments to the best of our abilities, man. Being loving to brothers to the best of our abilities, being merciful, being charitable, doing the best we can in every aspect of this ministry, man. That's us showing love, us literally laying down our lives, which laying down your lives don't ultimately mean you just, putting down your head on the guillotine too, but that means you making your body a living sacrifice as well, man. You know, um, you put your head, you put your head down on the guillotine for your Habashim Yashai. That's beautiful as well, but also making your body a living sacrifice. That's your your deeds, your actions. Let's go into this word deed in 1 John 3:18. I'm gonna look it up in the blue letter, Salakia. Uh, Salakia. This word deed. I'm gonna try to play it for you, brothers. Lord willing, you could hear it. This word D is G2041.
Strong's G 2041. Ergon. Ergon.
That's ergon. And the word deed is business. Woo! And it says, what's the script? Salakia, bear with me. Salakia. Bear with me. I'll try to find this script. Salakia, brothers. Okay. Bear with me, brothers. Bear with me, I'll try to find it. Yep, Salakia, it's Sirach 3:17. This Sirach chapter 3, verse 17. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shall thou be beloved of him that is approved. So it says, my son, go on with thy business in meekness, man. So we supposed to go on with our business in meekness, being humble, fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, which, that's being meek, because Yahweh Shem Shai has respect unto the meek. Well, the meek, they're going to, inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's how we're going to be. It says, so shall thou be beloved of him that is approved. That's you making your calling and election sure, So that's you loving in deed and in truth, man. Let's go back to 1 John 3:18, because there was some more in that definition, but it says business, because this is a business. Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our Lord, he said, occupy until I come. Occupy until I come. We're occupying the business, the deeds and the works of Yahweh Shem Shai, and that word deed, it says business, employment, that which anyone is occupied. There you go, right there. That which anyone is occupied. Which we're occupied in the ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is a business. It says that which one undertakes to do, enterprise, undertaking. Any product, whatever, anything accomplished by hand, art, industry, or mind, an act, deed, thing done. The idea of working is emphasized in OPP to that which is less than work, labor. Is in the Strong's translation count. It shows up one time for labor, doing one time, 22 times for the word deed, and 152 times for work. So that's your work, your work and your labors, man. So a part of our laboring is, our love towards, how we say we love Yahweh Shem Shai is our deeds. Our deeds, our works, our labors, our business. That's our that's how we show love to Yahweh Shem Shai. What it tell you that, love is the fulfillment of the commandments, which these commandments are written within and without, man. You know, all throughout these scriptures, man. You know, a precept is a commandment. You know, so you know, it's more than just, you know, the 10 Commandments, or, you know, the 613 law, statutes, and commandments that brothers speak on. You know, it's also, you know, all throughout these scriptures, man. You know, let's read 1 John 3:18 again. It's 1 John 3:18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in song, but in deed and truth. But in deed and truth, that's how we're supposed to love. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts up before Him. So that's how we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before Him, if we're loving in deed and in truth. You know, it says, for if our heart condemn us, if our mind condemn us, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is greater than our heart and knoweth all things. Just so we can't, you know, afflict ourselves in our own counsel, man. You know, to the point where we're like, oh, okay, are we doing enough really to show that we love Yahweh Shem Yahshua? Well, if we're, you know, or if in our mind we feel like, you know, we've done all the evil deeds that we have done throughout our lives cannot compare until the deeds that we're putting forth right now is new man. You know, we can't let us let that condemn us. You know, we have to have faith and confidence in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, with us giving everything we got right now. You know, us having a good mind toward Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he's not gonna condemn us. You know, Romans the 8th chapter tells us there's no condemnation to those who are in Yahweh Mashiach. Let's read verse 21. It says, beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then we have confidence toward Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know, and that's what we want. We want to have confidence towards Yahweh Shem Yahshua, hope and faith that, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahshua will, you know, sup with us, man. And that's and Yahweh Shem Yahshua will, man. You know, Hebrews the 11th chapter, him that cometh to Yahweh Shem Yahshua must believe that He is, man. And He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. So we got to diligently seek Him. We got to desire Him, and, you know, want, you know, to fulfill His will, you know, and that's loving in deed and in truth, man. You know, and that's what Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires of us, man. You know, not just be giving lip service out here. You know, let's go to Jeremiah 13. It's Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 10. It says, this evil people which refuse to hear my words, which walk in the imagination of their heart, and walk after other gods to serve them and to worship them, shall even be as the girdle which is good for nothing. That's, you know, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. You know, they have become good for nothing. Why? Because they walk in the imagination of their own heart, man. You know, their heart is not towards Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You know, they, you know, what it say? You know, ye are the salt of the earth, and if the salt have lost its savor, then what is it good for? You know, why is it lost its savor? Because it says that it loves God. That, you know, our nation swears that they love God and they're down for God, and, you know, they believe in Him, but they, you know, they don't do nothing that He tells them to do, man. You know, so, you know, that's and Yahweh Shem Yahshua said that makes you an evil people, man. You know, when you say in your heart that you know, you down for Yahweh Shem Yahshua, but you're not doing nothing that Yahweh Shem Yahshua told you to do, man. You're good for nothing, man. And you're walking in your own imagination, because if you was truly down for Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you would be doing what He told you to do, man. You know, and where is Yahweh Shem Yahshua? Where are the requirements of Yahweh Shem Yahshua? Where they're written all throughout these scriptures, man. You know, they're all in these scriptures. You know, so that's why we have to engulf ourselves in this and make sure we're living by these scriptures to the best of our abilities, and that's us loving and in deed and in truth, man. You know, that's that's what Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires of us. You know, He tells us to study. You know, First Thessalonians the 4th chapter tells you to study, that you can be quiet and go about thy business, man. You know, which we went into that word deed. It was going into business, man. You know, so we supposed to study so we can be able to you know, love in deed and truth like Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires of us. Went into this word imagination in Jeremiah 13. And it's
Strong's H8307. Sherry Ruth. Sherry Ruth.
and it's stubbornness, hardness, and firmness, man. Yeah, man. So, you know, that's having a stubborn mind toward Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know, believing that you got it, man. You know, you you don't got it if you're not living according to, you know, Yahweh Shema Shai's word and deed and in truth, man. You know, you don't got it, man. You know, you know, you say Yahweh Shema Shai know of your heart. Well, he knows your mind. Your mind is not on him, man. You know, your mind is not on him. You know, and Yahweh Shema Shai know that he feels like you're not good for nothing if your mind is not truly towards him. You know, you're just walking in your own counsel. You know, it's Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 10. This evil people which refuse to hear my words, which walk in the imagination of their heart, you know, which walk in their own stubbornness, their own firmness, you know, their own hardness, and walk after other gods to serve them and to worship them. Yeah, because that's what you're doing. You serving other gods. You know, where it tell you that rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, man, and stubbornness is idolatry, man. You know, so you know you're not having a mind towards Yahweh Shema Shai is idolatry, man. You know, you walking after other gods to serve them and worship them. It says, shall even be as this girdle, which is good for nothing. Yeah, you know, so basically you're good for nothing, man. You're good for nothing if you're not loving in deed and in truth, man. You don't have that true mind toward Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, let's go to Matthew 6. This Matthew 6 and verse 21. This Matthew 6 and verse 21. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart gonna be. Let's get that word treasure. You know, because whatever you take treasure in, that's where your mind gonna be at, man. You know, so we gotta our treasure needs to be in these scriptures, man. You know, this should be our treasure. You know, just like scripture saying Isaiah 33. You know, the fear of the Lord is His treasure. So our treasure should be, you know, wisdom. You know, which beginning of fear. You know, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You know, so that's what we supposed to be desiring. Which the scriptures, you know, which fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is all throughout the scriptures. That's how you get the fear of the Lord. You know, seeing, you know, on samples of what Yahweh Shema Shai have done to those who have lived ungodly. You know, those who have been irreverential towards him, you know, and also, you know, knowing that, you know, we could very well not be those men, you know, that were chosen from the foundation of the earth. And if we're not, you know, we're slated for destruction, man. We're slated for destruction. You know, we're not going to be honored, you know. Of course, all Israel is going to be saved, but we're not going to make it on that first go around, which we're trying to do, you know. So we got to make the necessary measures to do that, you know. Let's get this word treasure.
Strong's G 2344. Thesaurus. Thesaurus.
And it says, the place in which good and precious things are collected and laid up. A casket, coffer, or other receptacle in which valuables are kept. A treasury, storehouse, repository, magazine. The things laid up in treasury, collected treasures. A deposit, wealth, you know. So basically our spiritual bank account, man. You know, our spiritual bank account, you know, for where our treasure is. You know, our treasure shouldn't be in how much money we got in our bank account, you know, or how much money we got, or what kind of possessions that we have. Because, you know, we know Luke, the 12th chapter, Yahweh Shai said that a man's life consists of not of the things that he possesses. You know, just roughly paraphrasing. You know, that's not what your life consists of. So our treasure should, you know, consist of, you know, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai, knowing the way of Yahweh Shema Shai. With Jeremiah 9 and 23, it tell you, let not the wise men. Well, let's get it. Let's just get it. Let's just get it. Go back to Matthew 6. It's Jeremiah 9 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashah. So that's what we're supposed to glory in, man. We're supposed to glory in the fact that we understand and know Yahweh Shemashah, you know, and that he exercises loving kindness and judgment, man, and righteousness, man. You know, and that's what we're supposed to exercise, you know, loving kindness, judgment, righteousness, you know. Let's go back to Matthew 6. It's back in Matthew chapter 6 in verse Matthew 6 in verse 21. This Matthew 6 in verse 21. It says, Salakia. It says, for where your treasure is, it says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Yes, so it says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, man. You know, so our treasure is supposed to be in the fact that we know Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, that you know, we know of his tender mercies, his compassion, you know, his love. You know, we know how to do things that are pleasing unto him, man. You know, that's where our treasure is supposed to be, and that's where our heart is supposed to. That's where our heart would be too. If our treasure is in there, if we're glorying in that, then that's where, you know, our mind is going to be at. You know, so our mind is going to be on you know, exercising righteousness and loving kindness and judgment as Yahweh Shem Shai does, man. You know, that's where our mind will be at. You know, verse 22, it says the light of the body is the eye. Oh, Salakia. Yeah. Well, I can read that. This first Matthew 6 and 22, it says the light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, the whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? You know, so, you know, we got to make sure our mind is completely filtered on, you know, the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, because we, you know, what scriptures tell you, you know, 1 Corinthians the 5th chapter, the little leaven the whole lump, man. You know, so that's why we got to make sure, you know, our minds is where Yahweh Shem Shai would want it to be at, you know, because we take treasure in, you know, knowing Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, and that's how our mind can be toward Yahweh Shem Shai. Let's get 2 Timothy. It's 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 22. It says, flee also youthful lusts, but follow after righteousness. So that's what we're supposed to follow after. We're supposed to follow after righteousness, man. And flee youthful lust, man. The things that we were into when we were in the world, you know, the way we thought when we was in the world, you know, those desires, man. We're supposed to desire, you know, because a lust is a desire. So the things that we desire to do, you know, oh, you know, you want to pop a whole bunch of women, you know, you want to, you know, you want to feel good, you want to fulfill your belly, you know, you want to do these different things, you know, and desires. We're supposed to flee those things. We're supposed to flee those things. That's scriptural, man. You know, of course, we do everything in moderation, you know, but ultimately we're supposed to be following after the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai over anything, man. You know, because, you know, scriptures say all things are lawful but not expedient. So it might be something that's not necessarily unlawful, but you aren't supposed to engulf yourself in that. You know, it says 2 Timothy 2 and 22, it says, flee also youthful lust, but follow righteousness. You know, that's what we're supposed to be following after, righteousness first and foremost. You know, faith. You know, faith. We're supposed to be having faith in Yahweh Shem Shai, that, you know, us following after righteousness, he's gonna reward us for that. You know, he's gonna you know, he's gonna grow. He's gonna continue to give us growth. You know, it says charity, yeah, because charity is one of the most important components as a man of the Lord, man. You know, 1 Corinthians the 13th chapter tell you about that. You know, which charity, you know, goes into you know, love, you know. It says peace, you know, peace, which that's a fruit of the spirit, you know. Matthew the 5th chapter also tell you that, you know, blessed are the peacemakers, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. It says, with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart, and that's and that's what we want to be. We want to be those who are calling on the Lord out of a pure heart, man. You know, and faith and sincerity, man. You know, that's where we want to be. We want to have a pure mind toward Yahweh Shema Shai. How do we do that? You know, by following after righteousness, faith, charity, and peace, man, which are all fruits of the spirit, which come from you being in the scriptures, man, because the word of Yahweh Shema Shai is the sword of the spirit. You know, let's go to 2 Peter. 2 Peter. 2 Peter 3. It's 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. This 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Yeah, so, you know, that's what we're supposed to be looking forward to. So our mind is supposed to be stayed upon this, man. You know, those according to the promise of Yahweh Shema shall look forward to a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Because here on this in this current place where we're inhabiting in this current world, is righteousness is few and far between, man. You know, where the only ones standing up for righteousness are the men of the Lord, those serving Yahweh Shema Shai and with a pure heart, man. You know. So if we want to be those according to his promise, which what's the promise? That Yahweh Shema Shai is going to write his law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts, and we're going to be his people forever, man. You know, and we're going to never be brought into captivity no more, but, you know, and things are going to be under, you know, the earth is going to go back into the Garden of Eden, you know, Adon, paradise, man. And we're going to be immortal, you know. That's the promise. That's the promise of the elect. You know, what the promise is, you know, part of that promise is that it's a election, you know, a remnant of men who are slated to be saved from this place, man. You know, so those who want to be a part of that, you know, look forward to a new heavens and a new earth where you don't have to worry about where you don't even have to worry about being around wickedness or dwelling in you know, dwelling around wicked people, or dwelling around wickedness, or being subject to you know, the flesh, you know, fighting against wickedness, man. You know, we look forward into a world where righteousness dwells, man. You know, so that's where our mind is supposed to be at. You know, that new heaven and that new earth. Our mind is supposed to be in this place, man. You know, worried about, you know, getting a little piece of the power, a little, you know, fulfillment in this place, man. You know, we supposed to be looking for that ultimate fulfillment, which is the new heavens and the new earth, which is going to be established very soon. You know, so we supposed to be hastening the day. You know, this Ecclesiastes. This Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Yeah, so, you know, if you know, being too mirthful out here, man, you know, it's a good chance you're a fool, man. You know, it says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. And that's where we want to be at, man. We want to be in you know, with the heart of the wise, man. You know, and you know, we want to have a wise mind. You know, and on the way, you know, we going our minds are gonna be wise if we're in that house of mourning, man. You know, we're supposed to be in a state of mourning where we're still in captivity, man. Yet this day are we in our captivity, man. You know, so we gotta be, we gotta mourn, man. We not gonna have everything we want, man. We're not gonna be able to do some of the things we want to do, man. You know, we just got to go through shit. But guess what? That means that our mind is toward Yahweh Shema Shai, because that's what Yahweh Shema Shai requires of us, man. He wants us to go through affliction to see the other side, man. You know, and that's why we got to have our mind stayed upon the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, Let's go to Psalms 34. This Psalms 34 and 18. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. Yeah, and that's how what our mind is supposed to be on, man. You know, we supposed to we supposed to have you know, our mind is supposed to, cause the way we was living in this world, you know, was in the way we was thinking in this world is completely adverse to the way we supposed to be thinking as men of the Lord, man. You know, so that leaves our mind very conflicted and leaves our mind broken, man. Because now we're thinking on a whole new plateau, man. You know, but what Yahweh Shem Yahshua is nigh unto those who are, you know, have that broken heart, man. You know, that broken mind, man. You know, because our minds were broken into pieces. Why? Because we was completely taken away from the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You know. So, you know, our minds is hurt, man. You know, it's crushed, you know, it's tore. You know, it's been shattered from, you know, the sick ass, demented, perverted way we was thinking as the men we were in this world, man. You know, but now we've come into this truth, you know, we found the true way, you know. But, you know, those demons, like in Matthew the 12th chapter, try to seep their way back into our minds, man. You know, with those cunning arts that they use, you know. So we have to, you know, that leaves our mind, our minds broken, man. You know, but Yahweh Shem Yahshua is nigh unto those who are of a broken heart. Why? Because they're fighting, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshua likes a good fighter. What Sirach the 4th chapter, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee, man. You know, and what does Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires us to do? You know, love indeed and in truth, man. You know, love and indeed and in truth. So, and that's what we, you know, we fight to do, man. You know, this Psalms 34 and 18 says, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and save of such as be of a contrite spirit, and save of such that be of a contrite spirit, man. You know, so, you know, that's why we got to constantly have a you know, being a matter of fact, let's get that word contrite. That word contrite there is the ka, you know, and it means crushed, man. Literally crushed, man. You know, brokenhearted, man. So, you know, we supposed to have a broken spirit, man, which, you know, we do, man. You know, I tell you in Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's the 8th chapter, you know, that the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, man, which we're mortal men, you know, and our thoughts are miserable, you know. Some of the, you know, thoughts that creep up on us, demons put thoughts in our minds, you know, the thoughts that, you know, have been embedded into us because of the way we were living for so many years, man. You know, that that's horrible, man. You know, but you know, we're contrite, you know, because we know we have these evil thoughts, you know, we're still subject to this flesh, and, you know, we're miserable, you know, but we want to be taken away from this. But, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he's going to save those who are like that, man. Those who are, you know, fighting against their old, you know, fighting off their old wicked man, you know, fighting against these evil, wicked thoughts, you know, fighting to, you know, continually serve Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You know, that's who Yahweh Shem Yahshua gonna fight for, man. And that's who he gonna save, you know, and that's who he's nigh unto, man. So, so that's why we gotta constantly have a mind towards him to fulfill his will, you know what I'm saying? Because why? Yahweh Shem Yahshua is gonna be nigh unto us, man. That's what we want, you know. That's what we want. That's why we gotta make sure our mind is stayed upon fulfilling his will, so, you know, and not fulfilling the lust of the flesh, so, you know, he could you know, he can continue to sup with us, you know. This Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua require of thee? But to fear the Lord, thy power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. You know, so that's what Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires of us, man. Is to serve him with all our mind and all our soul, man. You know, we're supposed to put all our mind into the servitude of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. You know, this is a commandment, man. You know, so this is what Yahweh Shem Yahshua requires of us, which that's not that much, man. Because Yahweh Shem Yahshua, having your mind towards Yahweh Shem Yahshua is beautiful, man. You know, Yahweh Shema Shah, he gives you all he got all the game in the world for you, man. You know, he got all the happiness in the world for you. He got all the love in the world for you, man. You know. So it's really for your benefit, man, to serve Yahweh Shema Shah with all your mind, man. You know. Let's go to Sirach 30 and 21. This Sirach chapter 30, verse 21. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. Yeah, because you'll afflict yourself in your own counsel, man. When you try when you don't go after the, when you don't uh you know serve Yahweh Shema Shah with all your heart, and you try to start thinking your own thoughts, or try to start moving according to your own way, you'll afflict yourself, man. But when you just completely give your mind over to Yahweh Shema Shah, it's gonna be prosperity within that. Of course, we know we go through adversity, but you have understanding of that adversity you're going through. Why? Because you've given your mind over to Yahweh Shema Shah, and you understand why you have to go through this adversity, and that adversity feels all the much better because afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness, man. Let's go to Isaiah 51. This Isaiah chapter 51, verse 7. Hearken unto me, yea, that know righteousness. Yeah, so we we know righteousness, man. We know righteousness. Why? Because we know the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. And that's righteousness, man. Well, it tell you that all his ways are right, man. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He would not do iniquity, man. Yahweh Shema Shah, he loveth righteousness, man. So we know righteousness. Well, Yahweh Shema Shah is righteous. It's not none righteous but he. And we know him according to these scriptures, man. So we supposed to hearken unto him, not to our own wicked ass counsel, man. Our own wicked ass hearts, man. Our hearts has to be towards him. It has to be fulfilled. It has to be filtered towards doing his will, consistently and fervently, It's Isaiah 51 and 7. It says, hearken unto me, yea, that know righteousness. The people in whose heart is my law. Ooh, whose mind is my law. Romans the 10th chapter tell you about how they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So ultimately, Yahweh, our people, Salakia, the nation of Israel, we have a conscience, and there's certain things that we do, and we do them when we feel that it's wrong. Why? Because we had the law of Yahweh Shema Shah in our minds already, man. Already. That's why we be conflicted in our minds, man. It says when we try to do what's adversity, Yahweh Shema Shah, and that's why Jake be ending up in all type of shit. He ultimately bug himself out, man. Like I seen a headline on Boosie, Lil Boosie the rapper. He was on Vlad TV, and he was talking about how he didn't take his daughters out for weeks when Kobe and his daughter died, man. Well, that's because he afflicted himself in his own counsel, man. And he know ultimately he has the law Yahweh Shema Shah in his mind without even knowing. He know the expectation of the wicked is wrath, man. It says, fear ye not the reproach of men, neither be ye afraid of their revelings. Yeah, so ultimately it was a scripture I was reading in Sirach earlier. I can't think exactly how I go, but it was pretty much saying don't be afraid to do righteousness, man. Basically that's what it was saying, man. It don't go like that, but just roughly paraphrasing it, man. Don't feel no type of way to do righteousness, man. Don't well, scripture say, fret not thyself with evildoers, man. So we weren't supposed to be inwardly agitated, because that's where the word fret means, to be inwardly agitated. You mad you can't do certain things. You mad you can't live a certain type of way, and then you end up going off the deep end, man. Your mind is not being towards Yahweh Shema Shah no more. It's ultimately towards whatever your desire is, man. This Acts chapter 8 verse 14, it says, now when the apostles which were at Jerusalem heard that Samaria had received the word of Yahweh Shema Shah, they sent unto them Peter and John, who when they were come down prayed for them that they might receive the Holy Spirit. For For as yet he was fallen upon none of them, only they were baptized in the name of the Lord Yahushua. Then laid their hands on them, and they received the Holy Spirit. And when Simon saw that through laying on of the hands, on of the apostles' hands, the Holy Spirit was given, he offered them money, saying, Give me also this power, that on whomsoever I lay hands, he may receive the Holy Spirit. But Peter said unto him, Thy money perish with thee, thy money perish with thee, because thou hast thought that the gift of Yahweh Shemashah may be purchased with money. So ultimately, we have to really want this. We have to really want this truth, man. We have to really want this knowledge. You can't buy this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You got to really work for it, man. You got to really love indeed and truth, man. So it's a constant thing, man. It's a constant thing. You got to really want to fulfill the will of Yahweh Shemashah. You got to really desire to, do his will, man. You can't just ultimately, you can't buy his will, man. You can't buy your way into a will, man. You got to really want to do this will, man. And if you think that you can do that, man, you're going to perish, man. You're going to perish, man. Let's get to this in Romans 2. It's Romans 2. Romans 2, 29. This Romans chapter 2, verse 29. It says, But he is a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh Shemashah. Right? So that's what Yahweh Shemashah praises, man. So that's how you praise Yahweh Shemashah, is in your mind, man. And that's what Yahweh Shemashah acknowledges, man. You being circumcised in heart, which is in your mind, man. Having a mind toward Yahweh Shemashah, whose mind is toward Yahweh, man. Your mind is supposed to be towards Yahweh Shemashah. That's the circumcision that really matters, man. And that's how you be circumcised in your spirit, man. That's how you have the fruits of the spirit, which, those having the fruits of the spirit is what's going to bring you into the kingdom of heaven, man. Ultimately, if you stay in those things and enduring those things, this Matthew 5. This Matthew 5 and verse 8. It says, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh Shemashah. Yeah, so that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about, man, having a pure heart, man. That's that circumcision that avails, That's what Yahweh Shemashah wants, man. He wants you to have a pure mind, man. He don't want your mind to be defiled, man. That's what that's what cleans you up, and that's what makes you pure in the eyes of Yahweh Shemashah. This 1 Timothy 1. This 1 Timothy 1 and verse 5. Now the end of the commandment is charity out of a pure heart, and of a good conscience, and of faith unfeigned. Yeah, so that's what it's all about, man. The end of commandment is charity out of a pure heart, man. We're supposed to do all things with a pure heart, man, and a good conscience, man. And a faith unfeigned, man. And faith, and that goes on top of it. So when we're having our mind towards Yahweh Shemashah, we're supposed to be purely doing it, doing things willingly, then we can have a good conscience about it, a good mind about it, and have faith unfeigned in us continuing these things, that we're fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shemashah, and it's really for our good, and it's what Yahweh Shemashah would want from us, man. Let's go here to Psalms 24. This is Psalms chapter 24 in verse 3. It says, Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah? So who gonna ascend into the hill of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah? Or who shall stand in his holy place? Yeah, who gonna stand in his holy place? He that have clean hands and a pure heart. He that has clean hands and a pure heart, man. Him that has a pure mind, man. Well, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh Shemashah. Who have not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. Yeah, that's what, we don't want to do. We don't want to lift up our souls into vanity. We want to lift up into our souls into what's profitable, which is serving Yahweh Shem Shah. Nor do we want to swear deceitfully. We don't want to say that we're, lovers of Yahweh Shem Shah and followers of Yahweh Shem Shah, but we're not doing what Yahweh Shem Shah want from us, He shall receive the blessing from the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah and righteousness from the power of his salvation. Yeah, man. So we gotta always keep this in our minds, man. We gotta keep our clean hands. We gotta keep a pure mind. We gotta have our soul lifted up towards Yahweh Shem Shah and make sure we're not swearing deceitfully. We gotta make sure we really about this. Is our mind really towards Yahweh Shem Shah? Where's our heart at, man? Where's our heart at, man? Is our heart really stayed upon what we want, or is it stayed upon what Yahweh Shem Shah would want for us, man? And that's what we gotta use wisdom, to know what things we should do and what things we shouldn't be doing, man. This Hebrews chapter 10 verse 22, it says, "Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our heart sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water." Yeah, so let us draw near with a true heart, man. Let us love in deed and in truth, man. That's how we draw nigh unto Yahweh Shem Shah. And then it said on top of that, again, having a full assurance of faith, man. That what, man? That us drawing near with this true heart, faith unfeigned, that Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna sup with us and he's gonna deal with us, man. And he's gonna give us the strength to continue, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience, yet us not having that evil conscience no more, and our bodies washed with pure water, man. Not living in the flesh, man. Let's go to Hebrews 4. This Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12, "For the word of Yahweh Shem Shah is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword." So if we got our mind stayed upon the word of Yahweh Shem Shah, we can cut through any kind of thought that's not according to Yahweh Shem Shah, man. That's what we gotta always remember. This word is quick and sharp and powerful, man, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing center of soul and spirit. Yeah, it says piercing to the even dividing a soul of spirit, man. So this can actually combat spirits off of us. Us being in this word, that's us having our mind right, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Yeah, so it let us know where our mind is at, man. This word is what could give us an indication if our mind is on the right track or not, man. We gotta always remember that, man. This is an actual discerner of the thoughts, man. It'll let you know if your thoughts on if is that a good way to be moving or not, man. Is that a good thought to be thinking or not? That's how powerful this word is, man. And it's quick and sharp too. It's quick, man. It's quick, man. So this word is, man, it like that, man. What I'm saying? They give you an answer like you ain't got to go through no long deliberation, man. To know if you got that true mind towards Yahweh Shem Shah. This 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 4, "But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shah of great price," man. Yeah, so that's in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shah, a man that has a heart that is not corruptible, man. With a quiet and meek spirit, he in Yahweh Shem Shah, Yahweh Shem Shah looks at him with a great price, man. He's highly valuable, man. So that's why we want to be highly valuable to Yahweh Shem Shah. So we got to make sure our mind is not corruptible, But that's it, man. I pray through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. This was edifying, and I want to give our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalom to the elect.